He is your 2025 Home Run Derby. And let's not forget he made it out of the first round by hitting a home run 1 inch further than one of the other competitors. It's simply incredible when you think about it. This wild year of Cal Raleigh continues to amaze us. And when I think you look at the grand scheme of things here, all the records he's already been either setting, whether it's the most home runs by a Mariner before the All-Star break, or whether it's he hopes to become the most home runs from a switch hitter of all time, with 54 being at Mickey Mantle, the most home runs made by a Mariner all time at 56. It is a really special thing that Cal Raleigh is pursuing, but stuff that he's already achieved. The most homers before the break all time by a Mariner. This is really incredible stuff. And I think that when you look at this, first of all, let's talk about this home run derby. We can talk about the marks and the accolades and things of that sort after. But I want to talk about this home run derby specifically because it was really special to watch. First of all, it's the family affair. You have Cal Raleigh out there. He's obviously hitting the home runs. You have his father, Todd Raleigh, throwing the pitches out to him. Todd Jr. or T, the one behind him catching the ball. Think about how many people grow up. And we saw the video of Cal when he was 8 years old 20 years ago. How many people wish and dream that they could be the person in the home run derby one day? So many just wish they could have a cup of coffee in professional sports. Yet here we are, and Cal Raleigh gets to fulfill this prophecy he set apart when he was just 8 years old. It's truly incredible. It's magnificent in every way. And so you have that backdrop of this video coming out in the last couple weeks when he committed to the Derby, and you see that this was a dream of his for so long, like it was for so many that pick up a bat. Except, of course, only a few get to achieve what Cal Raleigh did just by making it to the majors, getting to the home run derby, and then Cal, of course, mashing the ball left and right. So you get to the derby tonight, and how special it was to see Cal out there with his brother and his father, and, of course, the rest of his family and extended family off to the side watching this greatness unfold before us. And how fitting was it? Cal has hit so many clutch home runs in his career that when it came down to it in the derby, he had one at the buzzer in the finals before he got to the bonus baseball. He had all these moments that just really personify who Cal Raleigh is. And in this season, which, of course, if the playoffs started today, the Mariners would be in, and we love to see it. But in this season that Cal continues to make this history, it's just remarkable that we saw even more of it. He's the second Mariner ever to win the home run derby. Of course, the first was Griffey, who did so 3 times. But we're also talking about the first Mariner to do so in over 25 years. Special in itself right there. It's Cal Raleigh, folks, and this legend of Cal continues to grow. 38 home runs heading into the All-Star break. For perspective, he needs just 10 home runs in the second half to have the most home runs ever by a catcher in Major League Baseball. 48 is the mark from Salvador Perez. 16 home runs to match the great Mickey Mantle for the most home runs ever by a switch hitter in baseball. 18 home runs. So again, we're talking about numbers that would only be half or significantly less than half of his production in the first half of the season. So even if he, for some reason, didn't continue this torrid pace that he's been on in the first half, he doesn't even have to do that to make some incredible history. So 18 would get him to 56, which is the mark that Griffey has for the most home runs ever by a Mariner. Now, if you want to go beyond that, of course, we know Aaron Judge at 62 is the American League home run record. 73 by Bonds, which, however you feel about it, leave it in the comments, right? But the fact that that's 73, that might be a little tough, but you don't count Cal Raleigh out. We've seen it time and time again. And this home run derby was even more proof of how amazing this guy is. I mean, did you see those swings? You know, as you watch the derby, something like O'Neal Cruz in 500 feet, amazing. Junior Caminero had this incredible swing and pace. Those guys are amazing in their own way. But you know what Cal did? He was consistent. Think about it this way. In the 3 rounds of the home run, 17, then 19, then 18. Just an average of 18 right across the board. I mean, how consistent is that? How many times have we seen in the home run derby somebody shoots out to like a huge number and then comes back down to earth, whether they're tired or whatever it might be in the later rounds? Cal didn't do that. And that is what makes Cal Raleigh so special. He's able to find that rhythm, find that tone, and he's able to maintain it. And that's why I say when you talk about the season totals, don't count Cal Raleigh out, because he just has something about him this year. And he's steadily grown in home run numbers every year. Of course, he already has a career high, and he did so before the All-Star break for home runs, which is amazing. it's just another sign of what we are watching right now being pretty darn special. And you consider that when the actual games are going on, not something like an exhibition like the Home Run Derby, you're talking about a guy that plays through injury. We saw during that playoff run a couple years ago, I mean, he had a broken thumb and he was catching the darn ball over like 100 times a game or more, and he's got a broken thumb. We forget about these things sometimes because it was a few years ago, but you can't forget that because I think it just adds to how special this guy truly is. When you look at it from the standpoint that he's calling the games for those pitchers, right? Everybody on that Mariners pitching staff says, they're as elite as they are because Cal Raleigh is the one calling that game. And it's so special to watch. And it's amazing for us to be able to take in. So, indeed, take this in and understand that this historic pace that Cal's on adds another chapter today with this Home Run Derby championship. And it's not like, I want to go back in history a little bit. Remember like the 1998 home run chase, McGuire and Sosa, and however tainted that may be nowadays, those were teams that weren't really in the playoff. I think the Cubs made it that year. But, the Mariners are in this playoff race. If the playoffs started today, they would be in. And it's hard to imagine where they would be without Cal Raleigh. For everything I just said, the home run hitting, the RBI, all that stuff is great, but the way he manages the game and stuff. And we saw that poise in this Home Run Derby. I think that this is one of those things that we'll be watching for a long time to come. We all hope the second half of the season goes great for the M's. I have reason to believe that they will get back to the playoffs. Why wouldn't you? When you got Cal Raleigh and you've got that pitching staff, why wouldn't you think that? So this is really special to take in that regard. But I also think what we saw specifically tonight is something that we'll never forget. It's something that will be played back for time and time again. I think that when you think about some of these moments we've seen in recent years, you think about the home run the Cal Raleigh hit that clinched the playoff bid in 2022. You think about those things that they get played on loop and on loop. And I think this Home Run Derby, Cal hitting one at the buzzer at the end of the last round, mashing 17, then 19, then 18. This is really incredible stuff that is going to live on in Mariners lore, and it only gets enhanced as this year goes on with the history we mentioned, the potential marks he can hit, and of course how the Mariners perform. And can we mention, for my WWE fans out there, he got a belt from Cody Rhodes. How stinking cool is that? So cool. Cody's an Atlanta guy. And of course, let's not forget that part of it too. Cal is from, just a few hours away, just a few hours northeast of Atlanta, the western side of North Carolina. So he had a lot of family and friends there that certainly would have traveled across the country. We see his family and his friends at T-Mobile Park all the time. So that's not anything new that they're support him. But I think that the fact that it was so close to home, the closest MLB team to his hometown, and that's where he does this and wins the Derby. Listen, I like to say that all the big dumper stuff that the whole entire nation is like wising up to now that we've been able to enjoy in Seattle the last few years. It's pretty cool for those folks in North Carolina where he's from because they've been able to see it for a long time now. And you think about, like I mentioned at the top of this live video for you all, the Cal Raleigh video, he's a little 8-year-old and he's like, I'm the Home Run Derby champ. The fact that 20 years later it happens, guys, you can't overstate how special that is. And that's the beauty of baseball. And that's why I'm bullish about what's to come with this team and this player. Because that's the kind of stuff you can't make up. It's a video that resurfaces from 20 years prior. Come on. It's the stuff of dreams. We're certainly getting to root it on and live it live here with the Mariners. And it's really, when this second half gets going and these final 66 games of the season happen, just enjoy it. See the history that Cal can break. See if this Mariners team can get back to the postseason. And it's just an amazing sequence of events that has an exclamation point on it tonight. Cal Raleigh, the 2025 Home Run Derby champ, and he did so by outdueling Junior Caminero, O'Neal Cruz, guys who just mash the ball with these towering 500 in some case foot home runs. But it was Cal who was consistent and outlasted them all to win the Home Run Derby. And I'll end this video as I started it. It just continues, as the late, great Dave Niehaus said. Really amazing stuff. Cal Raleigh, the 2025 Home Run Derby champ, on top of already setting a Mariners first half home run record, on top of already eclipsing his career high in home runs before the All-Star break for an entire season. Wow, what's to come? Yeah, you can only wonder and imagine at this point. I appreciate you guys spending your time with me here. And, hey, go M's. And we still got an all-star game to watch. How cool is that?